Hey, I'm Baby Queen.
Hi, I'm Katie Beza.
Hey, this is Ram McMullen.
Hi guys, Lara here.
Hey, I'm Jim Koala.
Hi, I'm Astralis.
And you are listening to Léim Thart.
And you're listening to Léim Thart.
And you're listening to Léim Thart.
It's out now.
I really hope you enjoy it.
So enjoy.
Welcome, Odhran Murphy, to Léim Thart for a chat all about your new music. There has been a lot in the past while. Millions of streams, sold out Camden Assembly London and Whelans Dublin, support for Mumford Sons last year, and launching, kickstarting 2026. How's that been going so far?
Thank you for having me. Yeah, it's been a bit of a roller coaster. It's been fun, but also very busy, and I suppose like this time last year to this time now, I suppose it's completely different. I was working in a school, so having a full-time job to then quitting my job and just doing music solely full-time has been great. So no, but everything's going good, and yeah, feels great.
How's it like? How's that changed then, going into being a musician full time?
It's definitely, you do have to take, I suppose, sacrifices. You're losing essentially a wage to go and do your hobby. But like music is my hobby, so it's like I want to do it. I want to be the musician, and like I was doing pub gigs as well. So I was earning a bit of bob from them, but I have stopped doing pub gigs now. So it's just purely original content, and yeah, it was a struggle at the start, but I'm finding new shows and support slots on my own shows, and people are catching on to my music, which is great. Yeah.
It's all starting to pay off, and you have a brand new EP out, Roots Reverie, giving us a nice little end to the first quarter of the year. I was going to say spring season, but I don't think I think we're still a little bit in spring, at least according to where I am in the world. Mother Nature says it's still spring, or maybe even still a little bit of winter. But we have the EP to enjoy. I love the cover. Where did you shoot this?
Oh, I shot it in the heart of South Armagh. It was up in a mountain called Slieve Gullion. And yeah, it's definitely, it's very folk, Irish. It's very Odhran Murphy, and it's a cool spot. I suppose I grew up going up there most weeks, and I thought, why not just have a content day here. I'm working with a cool guy called Greg Houston, and he's actually from Bangor, so he thought, why not just go up and shoot in your hometown and just do that sort of a vibe. So no, it looks great. I'm happy with how it turned out. So yeah,
Definitely good to have that connection to, I suppose, a place that you love. And in listening to the EP, it's very cinematic sounding and obviously very personal. And you've said that it is split into two halves. So what kind of inspired this, and where are you taking the listener?
I think the Roots and Reverie, like Roots would stand for where I come from and the stories that I've been told growing up, whether that's like my parents, and like they're very musical as well, and I kind of want to continue that musical journey. My grandfather was definitely a huge inspiration for me growing up. He played in all the show bands and stuff like that there as well. So I think the Roots is all those sort of stories, and where I came from, and then Reverie is like what I want to be and where I want to be in life, and that's, I suppose, selling out shows. And yeah, I want people to be streaming my music and following me along on the journey, and that's Roots and Reveries, I guess.
Wonderful, wonderful to hear. And you can, I suppose, there is that difference in listening to it as you go through the songs in terms of what the main kind of message is.
Yeah, there's a lot of stories in the EP, and it's like it's very hopeful as well. As you say, it's very cinematic as well, so it gives you that, it's a huge sound, which is very positive as well. And then there's also the Roots, which is like things I wanted to do in life and I couldn't do it. And there's stories of, like ICU is about one of my friends, and I wrote that song about him. So it's all very, I suppose, close to me and close to my family and stuff like that there. So it's yeah, it makes sense.
Now, the songs may be rooted, no pun intended, where you're from
Yeah.
and your own story and the people around you. But to make this, you went all the way over to Nashville, which
Yep.
has birthed a lot of great songs, a lot of musicians, and I suppose it's one of those bucket list places for a lot of people. So how did you find it, not only being over there full stop, but then to be working and creating?
I suppose I've always wanted to go to Nashville. So when my managers were talking, I think 2 years ago was the first time I went over, and I went over there on like a writing trip, and I just fell in love with the place, to be honest. And I was like, right, I need to get out here next year and start recording songs. So, um, Mary Ann and ICU that's in the EP, I actually wrote that with the producer that done the whole EP. So, it was lovely to go back to him, and his name is Jamie Kenny. Shout out Jamie, and yeah, it was lovely to go back over to him and record the songs that we wrote together. And the musicians out there are insanely talented as well. So it's like it was my first time actually going into a live room and recording a song. I've never done that before, so um, like I was sitting there with a guitar, and all these musicians are just like jamming and tuning up their guitars and bazookies and everything, and they're playing wee riffs, and I'm going, oh god, I'm really nervous to play my own songs in front of these guys because they're insanely talented. But no, it turned out lovely, and Jamie's done a cracking job on the mixes as well, so it's great.
And I'd say you had your pick of people over there, and it must have been quite a, not strange, but a unique experience doing it like that, because I know a lot of musicians, especially one independent ones, but ones who really started making music and got into that lane in the kind of pandemic times, had to get used to doing it firstly like in their bedroom and on their own, and having to record everything um very much separately and kind of on its own, and then try to blend it together. But you then had all of it in one.
Yeah, I mean, like I started off my earlier songs were definitely just me in my room and my laptop and recording, and you're adding like pianos that are just on your computer and drums that are on your computer as well, and it's just it is mad what you can do. But I don't think there's nothing would beat a live sound as well. So it's like when you get into that room and you're playing with a live drummer and electric guitars and banjos and bazookies and everything you can name, it's the best feeling. And I think you don't really get that when you're doing it on your own on a laptop as well. And it's like it's also different ideas from different people as well is very inspiring. So I definitely would prefer to go back again and record live again. So yeah.
I'm sure the energy is great. Now, I read in my notes that you taught yourself piano and banjo, and now I know you have a lot on the cards for this year already between music and gigging, but any other skills you have on the list to learn this year? Because that's a big thing to learn yourself in the first place.
I really want to learn the fiddle. I think that's one thing. Like my mother is learning the fiddle at the minute, and I'm kind of a wee bit jealous about how good she's getting on. I'm like, I wish that was me, you know. So I'm definitely I want to do it. Like maybe I'll get her on a track or something where she can play in the background or something. have some fiddles there, but I'd love to learn the fiddle. And is there anything else?
Or do you have something
Um,
like really random that is nothing music related? Like, do you want to, I don't know, learn Swahili or something?
I'm doing I'm playing a lot of paddle these days. I just love paddle. I think it's great. So I'm like I've got my paddle brain on at the minute. And golf. I'm terrible at golf, but I want to get better at golf this year as well. So Ireland's so unpredictable weather-wise. So whether we get a good summer again this year, that'd be great.
Yeah, sadly, we are bound by Mother Nature, but I'm sure we'll be all right. There's 6 songs on this EP. Any favorites so far as we get into the early days of the EP being out?
I think I think if I were a god would be one of my favorites. It's definitely very anthemic. And it's very hopeful and inspiring as well. It's one of those songs that when you listen to it, you're like, oh my God. But I know when we recorded it at the start, I was like, yeah, this is special. And I think it relates to a lot of people as well. So um if I were a god, and then Marianne, and the story of Marianne is beautiful as well. It's about my great grandmother, and her growing up and raising my grandmother and just passing down the generations of music and stuff as well. So it's definitely one that's close to the heart as well.
Definitely. And I know audiences everywhere will connect to all of this as the year goes on. Roots and Reverie, you can go listen to it now. And thank you so much, Odhran Murphy, for coming to Léim Thart to talk about it.
Well, thank you for having me on. I really appreciate it.